Right. I mean, we I mean, when it comes to leaders and black leaders, I mean, we've had all for the black community especially. We've had all kinds. I mean, you've had celebrity types, you've had activists, and we've had you know, movement, but the Pan Africans, and it could be good, if you have the right person with the right mindset and heart. You can't have people, hate to throw out examples, but, I've heard people like Brother Polite say, being a black leader is something that he didn't want to do or he wasn't interested in because, they end up dead. I think if you know that you're going into a position of that, nature, that you have to expect that. I mean, Martin Luther King died for what he believed in. Malcolm X died for what he believed in, and the ones that didn't die, they suffered a lot of scrutiny. Their character was even killed, This is just a part of that, part of the nature of that beast. This is something that you're going to call yourself that or move in that manner or even take on that mannerism of saying that people will call you a leader. You have to understand it. That's what comes with the territory. You can't back away from that.
Right.
But again, that's part of go ahead.
There's a key word in there, though. Like you said, they died for what they believe in or believed in. And that's true, but that's not the cause of their death. They didn't die because of what they believed in. They died because somebody else, probably terribly afraid, and
of what they believed in.
Right.
You know what? I'm not even mad at that correction because that is the best way to even sum that up. They pretty much did die because someone was afraid of what they believed in. And, that. With that said, this is the reason why I say you have to call yourself a leader. We have to start thinking differently. You have to, your people around you, your circle, your inner circle, their knowledge needs to be on par with you. We have to have somebody else in place to where, hey, something happened, so-and-so, and then you can spread this leadership around. Keep the movement going. We don't need to let things die. I know right now I feel as though we're in a strange place with what's going on. I know me and you spoke on it, and I was like, I feel like it's a whole lot of overcompensation for, there's a lot of weird things going on with the statues and the flags, and which I feel no way towards it. I feel like, I guess the way I feel about it is this, when Hitler lost his war, his statues came down maybe some years after that. It wasn't decades. And for now, for people to sit there and say, turn and look, which is not a bad thing if it's something sincere. If it's really sincere and you really didn't have an idea of how bad it affected us, I guess. But, if that's what you really, really felt, then okay, I guess. But still in the same, It's like, we've been dealing with this for years, like 400 years, if you want me to be honest. We've been dealing with this for a long time. So for you to just now all of a sudden and say, well, now we're going to take down this flag, or now we're going to move this statue and recognize what's going on when this has been going on. I mean, even with the videos of the black men and women being killed, and I mean, this has been going on. This is not even news anymore. I mean, we can go back to Rodney King being beaten in the streets, like an animal. And it's crazy. It's like now all of a sudden it makes sense, that everybody had to burn down buildings and or whatever the case may have, you protests across the world. This is something that should have, again, I stress this, and people may get upset for me saying it, but again, I stress that this, all the burning down the buildings, the looting or whatever happened or whatever transpired, this was all done by a system, a broken, failed system, who should have reacted in the time and fashion that they would react to any other thing that they felt that was important to them. And I think a lot of people forget that.
I mean, Stalin's statue, one of them was demolished within a 5-year period of even being erected. And you're talking about a huge monument. And here we are, upset about, and I agree. I think that anything that was created by an artist I wouldn't want it to be destroyed if I created it just because, there's not another one. I think they should have been put into some sort of museum somewhere so that people can go and look at what our history was and be able to progression or where we didn't progress because that's a thing as well.
Right. Yeah,
but you made people go out and do it themselves. I mean, And some of the things that people are so upset about are literally monuments of traitors to the United States of America, or they are monuments to actual murderers of hundreds of thousands of people. So, what are you saying when you stand for keeping them right in the middle of public areas where those descendants of those people are actually going to be and would have to see them all the time? I just, and when was the last time you actually went and stood by this monument and actually cared about it to begin with? If you haven't, then you should just be quiet right now.